Hey, hi guys, welcome back. So today we will see a topic called DEX. As you can see in my screen, Tosca distributed execution, and most of you will be aware of this concept, like why we use Tosca distributed execution, because it will helpful in making our execution fast. Okay, and with this concept we can distribute our test cases across multiple agents, okay, so that um, the agents will execute our test cases. Okay, so um, let's see dex with aos. Okay, so this is one small architecture. Okay, this is how distributed execution looks like with aos. Okay, so this architecture is self explanatory. Okay, so as you can see in the left side we have Tricentis Tosca commander. Okay, so this is the workspace where we create our test case, okay, as well as our test events, as well as our configuration we will create, because um, in real time we will be having multiple agents, okay, machine, where we will do the dex agent configuration, okay, in real time. But since we have resource limitation, I don't have multiple machines. Okay, so within local we will try to set up a dex. Okay, um, just to for demo purpose. Okay, but in real time you will be having a multiple agent machine where you will do the agent configuration. So everything we will do setup in our local only. Okay, so don't get confused. Okay, because in architecture here it is mentioned we have Tosca distribution agents, where we have uh, multiple agents where we will do the agent configuration. But here, since as I told, we have resource limitation, so every setup we will do in our local only. Okay, so now let's focus on this architecture. So here we have Tosca commander. So we will be having one workspace where we will create our test cases, as I told. And here right side you can see we have Presentis Tosca server, where we will be having a workspace for AOS. Okay, AOS stands for Automation Object Service. Okay, so basically, in short, let me tell you, we have to create two workspaces. One workspace will be AOS. Okay, so that workspace we will not do anything. Okay, that will be used by our DEX server. Okay, and the another workspace where we will create our test case, and this both workspace will be interconnected. Okay, and then there will be a separate component called dex agent, which will execute our test script. Okay, based on the agent availability, it will pick our test cases and it will do the execution. It will return the results, and everything will get saved in our common repository. Okay, so this was the basic architecture of dex. Okay, so let's start. Okay, as I told, we will be needing two workspaces. Okay, one is aos workspace and another is our normal workspace. Okay, where we will create our test case, and both should be our multi repository or shared repository. Okay, just remember this thing. This will not work with your local single user workspace. This will only work with multi user workspace. So let's quickly start. Okay, and one more prerequisite I forgot to tell, like we should have a same version of Tosca commander as well as Tosca server installed in our system. Okay, if any version mismatch will be there, you might face issue. Okay, so make sure you are using the same version of Tosca Commander as well as Tosca Server. Okay, and before that, like Tosca Commander and Tosca Server installation, both I have already shown in my previous videos. So those who have not installed Tosca Server till now, okay, so you can watch that video and install the Tosca Server. Okay, that video is already there. Okay, so now let's go jump to Tosca and create two workspaces. Okay, so we need both as a multi-user workspace. Okay, so here you have create new button. Let's select that, and you have quite couple of options you have to create a multi-user workspace. Okay, so you can use SQLite, Oracle, and SQL or DB2. Okay, so I have SQLite, so I will use SQLite. Okay, and we have to create a multi-user workspace. Okay, so we are not going to use the existing repository. Okay, let's give the name of our new multi-user repository. Okay, let me give a name as shared repository. Okay, and just check this use workspace template, which will import all your standard modules. Okay, which is available in your C Tosca project. Okay, where you have installed Tosca under Tosca Commander. Okay, and just create one admin user. Okay, username will be admin, and password also we will give as admin. Okay, if I have given admin. Okay, let's okay, let it just select the common repository from here. Okay, Tosca common repository, just remember. Okay, don't check the existing repository here. Okay, we have created a credential for admin, and let's click on OK, and within few seconds it will create multi-user workspace. Okay, this is the workspace which we will use to create our test case, and in this machine itself, okay, this workspace itself, we will create test event as well as configurations, okay, related to Dex. Okay, so the username and password I have given admin while creating workspace, so give the same credential, and now we have logged into a workspace. Okay, so you know that multi-user workspace, you have check-in check-out option. Okay, by default it is showing as checked out, so just do the check-in all. Okay, and once check-in all is done, close the workspace. One step is done. Okay, our shared repository is created. Okay, which is this one. I said this Tosca Commander, the first workspace. Okay, now we need one another workspace for AOS. Okay, so let's create one new workspace. Okay, and select SQLite, and this time just select just check the existing repository and select the same folder. Okay, which we have earlier created here. Okay, and just give the name of your workspace. Okay, AOS workspace. Okay, why we are giving here the existing repository path, because here you can see there should be a this two workspace should be interconnected. Okay, that's why we have just selected the existing repository path which we have created for our shared repository. Okay, and this will be master, and the workspace name I have given as AOS workspace. Okay, and which will be used for which will be used by a Dex server. Okay, so just give the workspace name and click OK. So this will again workspace will get created in few seconds, and it will open the workspace. Okay, so just give the admin, and then sorry, give the admin and admin. Okay, so now we have logged into AOS workspace. Here we no need to do anything, no need to create any test case, nothing, just we need a workspace here. Okay, so let's jump to Tosca server page. Okay, now keep this repository open because we need some information while setting up the AOS. Okay, some settings we need to do from the Tosca server end. Okay, so let's jump to Tosca server landing page. Okay, so once you install the Tosca server, okay, once Tosca server installation is done, just go to your browser and type localhost and port. Okay, if you are using port 80, okay, for HTTP, so that port by default will come as 80. Okay, that you can use, or if you are using HTTPS, then you have to use that certificate thumbprint. Okay, and your port will also be different that time. So since I have installed Tosca server with HTTP and the port is 80, so just type it if you have same port, sorry, if you have installed with HTTP. So just use localhost colon 80 and just give enter. Okay, that will take you to the Tricentis Tosca server landing page. Okay, one more important thing is when you will install first time. Okay, so you will, one second, once you install server, okay, that time you will be you will land, okay, into this page. Okay, it will be this page, as well as there will be one more page you will see like this. Okay, so basically it will ask you to authenticate. Okay, it will ask you to enter the user ID and password. Okay, let me just log out. Okay, once I log out, so it will be showing, it will ask me to log in. Okay, so since I have given, okay, this credential, so by default it is coming here. So for you it might be a different credential, it will come by default, so you can remove and just enter admin here. Okay, and click on login. Okay, because most of the people will face issue here once they give some different ID. There will be one message will display here, error message, like you don't have access to see this page or something like that. One error message will come. Okay, so there people will do mistake by entering wrong user ID and password. So remember, you have to and give a credential as admin and admin. Okay, so you will see this page. Okay, in this setting page you have to go to your automation object service option. Okay, you have to go to this option, and what you have to do, directly jump here and click on add new. Okay, once you click on add new, okay, it is asking to add new workspace. So since this is automation object service option, okay, we have clicked on that, so we need to add the workspace related to a workspace detail related to our AOS. Okay, so we have created a workspace for AOS just now. Okay, so we have to just give the name, project root name, and workspace name, and then username and password. Okay, so project root name, so from where you will get project root name, since this is for AOS. So just log into your AOS workspace and then click on project. You can see this is our root. Okay, this is our root project root name. Okay, just select this and paste here. Okay, and then workspace name. Our workspace name is, this is the name, aos workspace dot tws. So aos workspace is our workspace name. Just make sure you're right, typing the correct spelling of the workspace and project root name. Okay, aos workspace, just correct. Now give the username as admin and password also admin. Okay, so now these options will be same here. Distributed server address, you will see. Okay, this will be um, by default it will reflect here, so no, don't change anything here. Okay, let it be as it is and click on save. Okay, once you click on save, it will ask you to restart, okay, that services. Okay, so let it get restart. Okay, it will take few minutes, okay, to restart. Okay, the service has been restarted. Just close pop-up. Okay, now we have added a workspace for AOS workspace detail. Okay, now let's jump to our server page. Okay, and now we have done one workspace. Okay, and where we will create our um, test cases as well as settings and test events. And the second workspace we created for AOS, and third we um, entered the detail for our AOS automation object service in the Tosca setting page. Okay, under automation object service option, where we add the details for AOS workspace. Now fourth um, step is to configure the dex agent. Okay, so let's configure. As I told, this agent configuration we will do in agents machine. Okay, so now we are doing everything in our local system, so we will do agent configuration here itself. Okay, so where you can find the agents. Okay, distributed agent. Okay, so let's navigate to C drive. Okay, and in program file 86 you will be having a folder called Tricentis, then Tosca test suite, then distributed execution, and here you will find agent Tricentis um, distribution agent. Okay, here you have Tosca distribution agent. Okay, so just double click on that. Once you double click, this agent will start, and here you will see a Tosca distribution agent. Okay, which is in green. Okay, so now it's in green. Okay, so it means it is running. Okay, and you can see here it's idle now. Okay, if it is green means it's all fine, but if it is showing in red means there is some issue which you have to fix it. Okay, so just to configure, okay, what you have to do, just right click on that, click on configure agent. Okay, once you click, configuration window will open up. Okay, so there you will see few options. Okay, but for now, since we are doing in local, we no need to do any changes here. Okay, so here by default it will show the machine details. Okay, like operating system, memory. So if you want to change also, you can change it from the configurations. Okay, and Next one is set up workspace. So no need to set up any workspace here, since I told already we are doing everything in local. Okay, just leave as it is. And here you can see which I was showing, the distribution distributed the URL address. It was showing this localhost 5007, where I asked you not to change anything, right? This is the same address here. Okay, it is displaying here server address, and agent also here, no need to do anything. Okay, and unattended execution, like in real time we use this remote desktop connection. Okay, remote desktop machine, where we schedule our execution, so that time you can use this RDP. Okay, and this is setup logging. Okay, just for logs. Okay, so this is the path where our logs will get saved. Okay, so as of now no need to do anything, just save it. Okay, once you save it, okay, now let's close this AS workspace, since I told we no need to do anything in this workspace. Okay, don't need anything in that. Okay. Now let's jump to our shared repository, where we have to create a test case as well as some configurations related to this DEX. Okay, just give the credential admin and admin. Okay, now just click on the project. Okay, once you click on the project, you will see um, this execution folder. Under execution folder, let me just delete whichever tab is not required. Okay, okay, so under execution you will see a configuration here. Okay, on configuration, there you will see option as any RDP and support classic. Okay, so any means like whatever agents we have available. Okay, so it will pick any of the agents. Okay, available agents, and it will assign the execution to that agent. And RDP means if we have any we have agents specific, we have configured for RDP. Okay, that will be picked and executed in that particular agents. Okay, so just right click on that, since we have done agent configuration here. Okay, so just right click and refresh the agents. Okay, once you refresh our, it should show one. Okay, under all the configurations here with our PC name. Okay, this is our, this is my system name. Okay, it is showing. Okay, so now there is one agent. Okay, which we have configured here. Okay, one agent, you can see the name also here in the uh, distribution agent below. You can see the agent name here. Okay, so it is showing one agent is available. Okay, so now we, what we can do, we can go ahead and create a test event. Okay, we can create a test event, then we can assign a test case to a test event, as well as the configuration, okay, to the test event. Okay, so this is the test event folder. Okay, this is the test event folder, so there I will create one folder. Okay, so we have to do checkout for that, since it is a multi-user workspace, so we have to do checkout. Okay, so just I will right click and create one folder, new test event. Okay, and I will just give dex demo here. Okay, and this is our test event. Okay, here we have to pull our configuration. Okay, so I will pull any. Okay, and now inside any we will be having our execution list. Okay, the test case which we want to execute. So since this is the new workspace, I have not created any test case. Okay, so let me just do checkout, and let me try to import some um, test case. Okay, or else what we can do, we can um, 1 second, we can import. Okay, let me do checkout tree, or you can do checkout also. Let me try to import if I have subset. Okay, demo. Okay, import. So you can import any test case. Okay, so you can either create or import if you have. Okay, so this is one test case which I have. Okay, so let me create one folder in execution list. Okay, let me create folder. Okay, that's a demo, and I will pull this test case into my execution folder. Okay, this is for demo web shop register. Okay, on test case I have. Okay, so this is our test event. So we have pulled configuration, and inside configuration we have to pull our execution list. Okay, so now we are done with our configuration as well as our test event creation. Okay, so we have created a test event, and then we have pulled configuration. Inside configuration we have our execution list. Okay, now next thing is, like, once I execute, where you will see the progress. Okay, so once you land into your Tosca server page, okay, there is one option called distributed execution. Okay, so just click on that, and there you will see two options, agent view and event view. Okay, so agent view means our agent. Okay, the one which we have configured, it will display all the list of agents. Okay, so currently we have one agent, so which is displaying here, and event view will display the progress of our test case execution here. Okay, currently we have not run the our test event, so that's why there is no record. Okay, okay, so now let's do one thing. Okay, now we cannot run directly the test event. Okay, before that, okay, we have to do some settings. Okay, we have to do some setting. So for that, just navigate to project and then click on settings. So just navigate to Tosca Commander and distributed execution folder. Okay, inside that you have two options: monitor URL and server URL. Okay, so in monitor URL, so, okay, if you are not seeing this URL, okay, so you have to provide the monitor URL. So from where you will get monitor URL? Okay, so this is our monitor URL. Okay, localhost and your localhost and the http colon double slash then localhost colon 80. Okay, after that slash monitor. Okay, this is taken from here. Okay, our this event view. Okay, monitor. Okay, so just remember, you have to use this localhost, the port which you are using. For in my case it's 80, with http I have used, so 80. So you we have to give 80 slash monitor. Okay, and server will be same http localhost and colon 80 and distribution server service and then manager service dot svc. Okay, make sure these two URL you are setting up as you can see in my screen, and one more place you have to mention your local host address, okay, which is under Tricentis service http colon localhost colon port. Okay, so three places you have to mention your local host address. Okay, first here, then you have to mention with monitor, since it is a monitor URL option, and then this is the server, so you have to mention the distribution server service, then slash manager service dot svc. Okay, and at last here you have to mention your localhost port 80. Okay, and whichever port you are using. Okay, once this is done, just close this settings. Okay, now we are done with all our setup. Okay, now this is the time to run our test event. Okay, and make sure whenever you want to run a test event, okay, your repository should be checked in. Okay, you should do check in all. Okay, if you do check out and execute, you will face issue. Okay, so just do check in all. Okay, now we have done check in all. Okay, so let's try to execute our test event. Okay, just right click and click on execute now. Okay, and just see here if you are seeing any entry here in the event view. Okay, so now it is saying, you can see here, dex demo 1 remaining. Okay, it is showing one test case remaining, so our execution has not started. Once it starts, you will see in the screen. Okay, the execution, once execution starts, so it will agent will pick our execution, and then it will start the our test case flow. Okay, if any issue is there, then it will get fail. Okay, and that also it will display here the status showing as failed here. That's why nothing is happening here. Let's open and check demo web shop register. Okay, 1 second, let's jump to our repository and check here. Okay, what is the issue? So it is saying click on register link with the following properties: title, demo, web shop. Okay, is found. Okay, so there is some problem in executing our test case, but um, we were checking whether our dex execution will work or not. At least the execution has been started, so let's check what is the issue here. Okay, let's check what is the issue here with the test case. Okay, the browser is Chrome. It has opened Chrome, and 1 second. Okay, 1 second. The issue is with our this extension. I don't have extension here. Okay, since I have formatted my system, after that I have not added the Chrome extension. Okay, this is what the issue I feel. Okay, so let me do one thing quickly. um, Try to scan it. Okay, since we have started with the dex, let me complete with full execution. Okay, so 1 second, let me quickly scan so that it will it will ask for the extension to add. Okay, this is one shortcut way to add the extension. Okay, you can see in order to scan, we need to install the extension for Chrome. Just click OK, add to Chrome, add extension. Okay, and now let's do the execution again. Okay, this is the issue which I was um, guessing, because recently I had done my laptop format, so this extension I had not enabled. Okay, so I have done check-in all. Let's again give a try for our test event execution once again. Okay, so this time it should work uh, fine, because we have added the extension for the Chrome. Okay, so it launched. Click on register link, it entered the data, then it clicked on logout. Okay, so our execution is completed. Okay, let's check the recent one, which is showing as passed. Okay, so our execution is passed, and you can see here it is showing HL result as passed. And in the test case also, once you go to your execution list, okay, just undo update all, you can see here our test case is passed here. Okay, so now what we have done, we have done execution manually. Here we have just came here and run our um, test event. Okay, but this should not be a case in real time. We will do a scheduling. Okay, so we will integrate it with CI/CD using Tosca execution client. Okay, so that we will see in the next video. Okay, for now, just I wanted to show this setup. Okay, and there were few issues. Okay, that is related to our extension. Okay, so make sure you have the necessary extension added. Okay, and after that, just give a try and let me know if you are facing any issue. Okay, okay guys, that's all for this scenario. We'll meet again with the new scenario. Thank you. Bye bye.